Argentina. One visit to this stunning country quickly reveals why it is, by far, one of the most popular hunting destinations in all the world.
I don't think about Argentina probably as much as I dream about Argentina.
Good shot, good shot.
It's a land rich in food, culture, outdoor adventure, and inviting people. A destination best shared with friends and family. Argentina's best of land, sea, and air on this Sporting Classics.
Some adventures are found at the crossroads of epic and unforgettable, and they're best enjoyed with a close friend, a companion who cherishes the sporting life just as much as you do. It's someone who knows the magic contained in the simple phrase, opening day, and who understands that the words hunter and conservationist are one and the same, for we've been giving back for generations. And sharing the outdoors with someone who celebrates the history, the art, and the romance of this way of life makes for a friendship to last the ages. One where the sound of a snickering horse, the crackling of a mountain campfire, the whiff of gunpowder will transport you to that same stirring part of the soul. Welcome to Sporting Classics. That old trusted friend who shares your love of adventure and reminds you of the greatest days of your life.
That is just a pile of deer. Holy criminy. That's more like 100 head right there. 100 plus. Bunch of stags in there, but just no shooters yet. Good stuff. You've come to a high point on the ranch. Do a little bit of glassing up here. The roar is over, so it's a bit of a quieter time for the big stag, but we'll give it a shot. This is my first visit to Argentina, and so being a part of this hunt with my brother in Argentina, this iconic destination to hunt stag, just really had me pumped, and I was really psyched to be coming to Argentina.
Argentina is legendary for its high-volume wing shooting, big game, and world-class trout angling. Couple that with the amazing food and culture, and it's easy to see why every year more international hunters come to Argentina than the entire continent of Africa. Our team rendezvoused for a festive night in Buenos Aires before departing for our ultimate destination, Tipaluke Lodge, in the stunning Patagonia wilderness.
Yeah. You know, if we had a Ram pickup truck, we could have taken one truck. Tipaluke is surrounded by a 60,000 acre ranch. Amazing resources, lots of trout in the river, quail, you've got stags, you've just got this amazing lodge which is operated by some of the most wonderful people I've ever had host me anywhere. That's what Tipaluke is all about.
Okay.
The world famous Tipaluke Lodge, we finally made it.
Here we go.
Chris and Amy and Carol and I have talked about doing a trip to Argentina for a long time. And I just retired a couple of weeks ago, so this is a chance for us to get together as a family group, really, to do this hunt. And I couldn't be happier that it's finally come together. That's a nice one in the back. He's pretty, he's classic. He's got a crown on both sides. Largely, Argentina still is pretty much wild free-range stags. These aren't the giant behemoth stags. These are the stags that grow on the land and live by the land. Tell you what, last day he looked pretty good. He looks pretty good right now, but we've definitely seen better ones in here. They've been getting a lot of pigs out of here too. It's just full of game. They love this river bottom too. It's good and lush. Lots of food. Well, we're gonna find a bigger one. So Adrian just headed way back up the mountain to get the vehicle, and as I'm waiting for him, I see this dark thing. I thought it was a steer. I thought it was a cow. Then I'm watching it and going, wait, that's a huge boar. I mean, that is a big-bodied pig up there, and he's walking along the edge of the river.
Here we go.
And he finally turns, and I think he's probably 275, 300 yards. Get on him, and he's just in this little shallow creek bottom, walking across, stops. And I see the splash well ahead of him, thinking, oh, that's a lot further than I thought. He starts trotting out across. I get another good rest, wait for him to come crossing through. And I'm still not on him. Third shot, I spin around, I get a really solid rest, but I know he's quite a ways out at this point. I'm 4 feet ahead of him, 2 feet above him. He was just a little further than I thought. Nope, I got him, he's down right there. Upside down, legs kicking. Yes! That was a divine pig. I mean, that boar was delivered from the heavens. Gotta love targets of opportunity. And he was just a monster. Muy grande, senor.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's a good pig, huh?
It's big,
big. Muchas gracias.
Very big sport.
We're gonna need a helicopter to get him out of here. That's like a black bear right there, isn't it? Holy criminy. Yeah, right through the heart. 4 foot lead and 2 feet over his back and it went right through his heart. Just where I intended it.
While I was looking for stags, I found Hogzilla instead. A happy coincidence. Meanwhile, my brother Joe was on his own stag hunt, but was facing a difficult stalk in the late afternoon.
A whole herd of hens, the female red deer and their calves, all watching, all alert, and of course the stags were behind them. So we kept working our way up there slowly. That was close. I thought he was gonna come and go for us, but he didn't. Thank goodness. He eventually got up to a decent distance, and suddenly a nice bull off to the left comes in, gets set up, but it's just a little bit too dark. Look at that. That's a beautiful animal. As much as I wanted to get a stag that night, it was really a nice end of the day. Nice end to a great hunt. Mañana posiblemente. We'll try tomorrow.
Winchester Model 70, the rifleman's rifle.
Sporting Classics is powered by the Ram 1500, built to serve. Winchester, the American legend. Winchester Repeating Arms. Sightmark, make your mark. Walther, powered performance. Negrini Cases, ultralight, ultra strong, the pinnacle of Italian design and technology. And by Umarex Air Guns, focused and on target.
If there is heaven on earth, it might be Tipaluke Lodge. The food, the fellowship, and the hunting are supreme. The magic of Tipaluke Lodge is its amazing diversity. The greatest big game, small game, wing shooting, and fishing in the world can all be found at one location.
Nice rainbow.
From stag to snipe, no matter what type of game you prefer to chase, you can find it here in southern Argentina. And if you want to try and sample everything on the menu, you can try for the famed Tipaluke Slam, taking everything offered here: stag, boar, quail, snipe, and both rainbow and brown trout.
And we got onto just a beautiful stag that we saw far off in the distance. There he is. So we made this about a mile stalk to come in there. Suddenly there's more stags and more hinds behind the cover. We sat out and we just waited and waited and waited. Finally, we got set up. He's straight ahead. Here we go. After he had been moving through heavy cover, got up a little bit higher angle, was just ready to squeeze as he stepped in an opening, and he just sort of, oh no. Boom, bedded down. It was one of those. After all that, he decides to bed down literally 1 second away from me squeezing the trigger. So we sat and we sat maybe 20 minutes before finally that stag gets up. Got him done. Here we go. Dang it, I still got a lot of grass. He's got one right behind him. No, he's clear. Here we go. But for a half hour, we're sitting there in shooting distance, just waiting for exactly the right shot, waiting for the hinds to move away, waiting for the calves to move away that were in front of him. Yeah, he's got it clear. And finally gave us a little bit of a window to get the shot. Here we go. We made it count. Boom. Perito. Smacked him, made a perfect shot. He didn't go 30 yards. Tips over. Look at that. Wow. Heavy old bugger. That's what they look like. That's what wild ones, really good wild ones look like right there. Beautiful. Beautiful crown. Classic red deer right here.
Good shot.
Yeah, no, he went about 25 yards and got Winchestered right there. Beautiful stuff. There's a lot to love about Argentina, and the fun is just beginning.
The next morning, Joe and his guide quickly found a herd of red deer and were able to get within shooting range.
We got down there, got set up. They're all on alert, and we're trying to get a steady shot. What I thought was 150 meters out suddenly was a lot more than that. And I tracked that stag. He finally stops, put the bead on him right in the middle of the chest, pull the trigger. They all come tearing up the ravine at that point. Next stop was 400 yards out, and it's just too far to be shooting that far. So I was so bummed. I was really disappointed. It's one of those moments where you start recreating, replaying this in your head, and you think, wow, I blew that badly. Then you think, well, better to let them get away, better to not injure an animal, and then have the chance to come back at it the next day. We'll get him tomorrow.
The Winchester XPR. Experience performance.
I fell in love with Sporting Classics magazine from the first time I opened it because it's just so different. I thought it was a magazine created just for me. When it arrives, it's just like Christmas morning as a child. There's just magic to the surprises you'll find inside the cover. I take it with me everywhere, and I mean everywhere.
Having fun is always on the agenda at Tipaluke Lodge, but the game Joe and I had in mind for this morning was quail. Wild California quail, that is, in Argentina.
So today we go to the end of the property. I have no hunting yet because we are starting the season, so we're going to try to find a big copy.
Release the hounds. We're gonna work this little valley down. He said it's out of the wind. They like getting down in here when it's windy. We'll see what happens.
Be ready.
Good shot, good shot.
California quail are just beautiful little birds. They've got the beautiful top knot on them, look a lot like a Gambel's quail. They run like a scaled quail sometimes, and they always know how to use the cover. Good girl, good girl.
Another big male, Chris.
That's all I shoot.
Good.
That's my story, I'm sticking to it. You know, wild quail anywhere, whether it's bobwhite, it's Gambel's, it's California quail, they're always spectacular, but to find California quail doing so well in southern Patagonia, in this amazing habitat, fantastic landscape, very few predators, so I think that's really why these birds have done so well, and the climate is ideally suited for them.
Bird, go! Good shot! Good boy.
Whoa, good boy. All right. That's quite the little feather coming out the top, huh? We didn't really grow up with quail in Wisconsin as a boy. So you get on these birds and you think, oh, they're a little bird. I've seen them in plantations. They seem to fly really slow. Then you quickly realize that a wild quail is a whole lot different than a put-and-take quail. Should have had that. That was humbling.
You got it?
No, I must have missed 80% of my shots. Oh! That's a smart bird. You don't want to shoot the smart ones. They're really fast, they're smart. Did you see that? See that bird? He's on. Yeah. They catch the wind and they use it well, and I just found it to be both exciting but very humbling because I couldn't really connect on very many. Finally, got a bird. All right, good girl, good girl. So Chris and I have been hunting ever since he was a little boy. I was about 11 years older than Chris. Little by little, he got more and more involved in it. When I went hunting, he would come with me, and we just kept it up over the course of a lifetime, and the adventures have continued.
Oh, there you go. Bird just went out of there. Jeez, they just keep coming. Somebody says, where did California quail come from? You say, right there.
Yeah. This wasn't assured that we would actually have this chance to do the hunt because 8 months ago, I collapsed from a brain aneurysm. And I didn't know at the time, and I didn't know for weeks afterwards what capacity I would have to do the things that I really enjoy doing. The idea of going back out on a hunt, being healthy, and able to do the kinds of things that I really enjoy doing suddenly was not assured. So that was a big deal, and getting past that successfully back to good health and ability to do these things. I'm a blessed man. I couldn't be happier. Oh, look at all these birds. Bird! There we go. All right. 2 birds down, all right. Not totally skunked.
It's moments like this, hunting wild birds in Patagonia with your brother, a long way from our rural roots growing up in the Midwest, that reminds us just how blessed we are.
And that concludes the audio portion of our tour. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget to tip your waiter.
It's the smell of a fire in hunting camp. It's the sound of a river after a successful hunt. It's the sight of a sunrise and a boy and a dog in a duck blind. And this is the sight and sound of someone on Capitol Hill fighting to protect all of it. Someone from SCI. SCI, first for hunters.
Introducing the Hawk series of box blinds. Insulated steel panels provide unmatched thermal, scent, and noise control and are backed by a limited lifetime warranty, so your investment will last in the field for years to come. All new box blinds by Hawk.
Want more big game? Check out Chris Dorsey's newest book, Director's Cut, a 400-page full-color celebration of big game hunting. Each signed copy comes with a 4-hour companion DVD set. Order today. Sporting Classics is powered by the Ram 1500, built to serve. Winchester, the American legend. Winchester repeating arms. Pulsar, image, quality. Walther, powered performance. Negrini cases, ultra-light, ultra-strong, the pinnacle of Italian design and technology. And by Safari Club International, the leader in defending the freedom to hunt and promoting wildlife conservation worldwide.
The magic of Tipaluke is all that you can do in such a short amount of time, all in one location. I mean, you've got the foothills, you've got the mountains right there, so you got beautiful stag hunting, and these are wild free-range stags. Then you got wild quail, you got wild trout in a river that looks to me
Sean?
an awfully lot like the Big Hole River of Montana. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Yeah, he's a 13-incher. Fat and healthy, aren't they? And it's fantastic trout fishing for both browns, big browns, good rainbows. There we go. It's a little one, little brownie, huh? Oh yeah, pretty pretty, huh? Well, we're non-denominational, rainbows and browns. You bet. We'll take anything that bites. And we were catching them on top, not huge fish, but just any topwater action to me is always a lot of fun.
Fish on.
I love hitting the dries and watching them rise, and that's just a whole lot of fun. Another 10-inch rainbow, maybe 12-inch rainbow. Stretch.
So far, Joe's stag hunt has seen strike 1 and strike 2.
Lots of fog. It's really foggy. Hey. Hey. A little bit of a bench that we're on, looking down over this flat land where the red deer were grazing. There's so many deer down there. Nice stag in the group. 200 meters. As you're playing back what happened last night and how I missed that opportunity, my heart rate starts going up. I'm thinking, aim small, miss small. Get on this guy and don't blow it. Okay, I shoot one of you, it's clear. Yes, okay. When that moment came, I fired. Got it. Good shot. Down. Down. Good shot. It was a good shot. It was a good shot. My first stag. Wow.
Wow, nice.
Adrian.
Nice. Good.
Thank you, man.
Good. Congratulations. Eh?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Well done. Bien hecho.
Bien hecho. Good hand.
Oh, wow.
Perfect.
Looky here.
Hey.
You got her done, huh? That is a classic old crown on him. Well done, man. Fantastic.
Yeah. No, I couldn't be happier.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice stag, man.
My first
That
red
is
deer.
Absolutely classic right there. Beautiful crown on him. Big, dark, and gnarly. Nice ivory tips on them. Look at the fronts, too. These are beautiful. Yeah. Really long fronts. Wow.
Yeah, that's probably a record book animal right there, don't you think?
Maybe it's in your book anyway, isn't
My
it?
book, it's tops.
No, that's a way grande, man. That's a good one. Really good one. Well done, man.
Thank you,
Good
thank
job,
you, thank
brother.
you, thank you. I'm so happy about this.
That's awesome.
Robert Ruark wrote, "The best thing about hunting and fishing is that you don't have to actually do it to enjoy it. You can go to bed every night thinking about how much fun you had 20 years ago, and it all comes right back clear as moonlight. It's good to know that my brother and I can look back on this trip 20 years from now and remember the time we spent together in Argentina."
Some months ago with that aneurysm, I didn't know how many opportunities like this I'd have again. So it's very special to have had that time with my family and to be in a place where I've always wanted to visit and revel in the things that really are very important in life.